Hello and welcome to ShortsMinter. My name is Mitchell Faulkner II, CEO and founder of Mason Dog Studios, and I would like to welcome you to my new software that I have developed. The reason why I created this software was to solve a key fundamental problem that I'm starting to notice was happening. I'm pretty sure you're noticing it too. Pretty much any software that you want to buy today comes with a subscription. You have to constantly pay for it. They get your data. You have to upload it to the cloud. They have your information. That part you might not be too much worried about, but the monthly fee, I'm pretty sure bothers you. What happened to the days when you used to go ahead and buy a program and then own it and be able to use it forever, you know? And so that is the problem, and that is the key that Short Mentor is trying to solve. Now, what does Short Mentor actually do? Shorts Mentor actually creates shorts, just like for YouTube, for Instagram, for TikTok, and any other social media that you need, even for your own personal use. Now, this video, we're not going to go too deep into the nuts and bolts, but I just wanted to show you this is the official website. It is shortsminter.com. If you run into any other website claiming to be shortsminter.com, then that is incorrect. And this is the official website. So let's go ahead and get out of here and let's go ahead and get into the actual install video. So as you can see, I'm on my computer. And I want to point out a few key things that you may run into when you install the software. The software is currently under beta, which means it's still in the testing phase. That means you will help power and you're empowered to help shape Shorts Mentor and your vision by reaching out to us via the support tools. You can reach out and you can leave feedback. Let us know about any kind of bugs that you may have. So all of these are tools that you can use, and they're straight on the app and on the website. Let me go to the website real quick just so I can show you that where it's at. So you're going to go to the website, shortsminter.com. Then you're going to click on the support page. Actually, some FAQs that you may have too as well. But you can also submit any kind of bugs or issues or feedback that you would like to in this section right here. If you need any further assistance, you can actually go down to our contact area and you can email support@shortsminter.com. I hope this helps you out so you know how to navigate. And there's a lot of other information here on the website as well. We actually have a software guide that kind of gives you an overview of the software. Now, this may need to be updated every once in a while as I am still working on the final vision of the version 1.0b. But in the meantime, this guide should be well enough equipped to help you with any troubles that you may have. Let's get back to the install. So the first thing that you're going to do when you go to Shorts Mentor, you're either going to be provided a link. If you have gotten that link, then you know where to go. If you would like to buy the software as well on the shortsminter.com, then you have that as well. What you're going to do is it's going to take you to Gumroad. You're going to put in your email, you're going to select your payment plan, and then you're going to purchase the software. Once you purchase the software, you're going to get an email copy as well as a front end visual copy and a link to download the software. Now, if you're using Chrome or you're using Edge or if you're using any other type of browser, one thing to be aware of, as I stated, because this is indie developer software, we're still working on the communication with Microsoft. So for right now, you may get a ping saying, software is not recognized or something like that. Just go ahead and proceed to download. The software is safe. And then when you go ahead and proceed to download, you're going to see this right here. So I'm simulating that right now. I have already downloaded the software onto my computer. Typically, it will go into your downloads folder. So let me just show you where that is if you need help with that. You're going to go into your computer, go to downloads, and you will see your downloads there. I just have a few things here, but on your computer, you'll have the download. I've already moved mine onto my desktop. So if you want to download it onto your desktop, that's fine, or move it to your desktop, that's fine. But typically, most Chrome or Edge, they're going to download it to your downloads folder. Okay, so what you're going to do once you do that, you're just going to simply double click on the icon. You're going to give it time to load up. Now you're going to come to this screen. This is expected. This is what I was saying about the us needing to work with Microsoft and get the appropriate certificates and stuff like that. I don't want to make this get too technical, but that is in the works, just so you know. But what you're gonna do, if you don't feel comfortable, that's totally fine. You do not have to install the software. But if you want to use the software, you want to test out the software, what you need to do is you need to click on more info, and then you'll see right here it has the information here. It just simply says publisher unknown. The publisher is Mason Dog Studios. So that is the publisher. So you're going to go ahead and hit run anyway. And so give it time to load up. Once again, it's going to say, do you want to allow this app from an unknown publisher to make changes to your device? That is fine. Go ahead and select yes. You can also look at more details here. And it's just showing you the information in the program and things of that nature. But you can go ahead and hit yes. Feel free to scan the software if you want to with your antivirus. That is absolutely fine. Also, your antivirus may have issues with the software because it's in the current state that it's in. But until I finalize all the updates, we cannot go to Microsoft yet to get that resolved. So just want to let you know. Okay, now you come to the install window. You can see here, welcome to ShortsMinter Setup Wizard. I'm not going to read everything to you, but you can see it as well. Built by Mason Dog Studios. You're going to go ahead and hit next. Here, you can go ahead and select the location that you want to add it to. By default, it's going to go into C Program Files, Mason Dog Studios, and then ShortsMinter. If you do not want that, you can hit browse and select the location that you already have in mind, or you can simply hit cancel and then go to the location. If you're more technically savvy, you can go to the location that you want and then go ahead and install and then pick that in the browse location and go ahead and install the software. But for now, we're just going to leave it as default and then hit next. As far as the start menu folder, you can change this if you want to, but it's probably better to just leave it as default. Or you can just simply say, don't create a start menu folder if you don't want one. So go ahead and hit next. Next, I would highly recommend you do a create desktop shortcut. If you're the type of person that doesn't like to use desktop shortcuts, that's totally fine. You just simply uncheck and then hit next. So for this demonstration, we're going to go ahead and do create desktop shortcut. I'm going to go ahead and hit next. Now we're going to hit install. And at this moment, it's going to go ahead and extract the files that is needed for the application and also in addition to the environment that is needed for the program as well. And what I'll probably do, because this does take some time, you do have to be patient. This is installing everything your computer needs to use the application. So please be patient with it and allow it to install. So as we wait for it to install, we'll just let the time go by because I will go ahead and do a montage on the install. Okay, the software is now completed. Once it is done, you will see right here. Please do not skip this. This is very important. You must restart your computer before launching ShortsMinter. This is not optional. You need to restart your computer. Now, if you're working on something and you're not ready to restart, that's why I designed it that way. I'm giving you an opportunity to say no. I will restart my computer later. That's fine. But do not run the shortcut and run the software without making sure you reboot your computer. Excuse me, reboot your computer. So once again, you must reboot your computer. It is not optional. So in my case, I'm going to go ahead and hit no just to show you what happens. I'm going to hit finish, and then I'm going to go ahead and shut my computer down. Okay. And then bring it back up, or basically a restart, or whatever one you want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Going to go here, hit shut down, and shut down the computer. All right. So we'll come back once that's completed, and we'll pick up where we left off. All right. We are loading back in now. We'll wait for it to load up. And now we are back. So we just did a full shutdown or restart. The program has attached all the DLL files, all the needed information that it needs. And now we're going to go ahead and get that going. Okay, so when you first start the program, you're going to double click on the icon that's installed, or you're going to go to the location. So let me go over that real quick. If you forgot to do the location, then you're going to have to find where you installed the software. For me, it's installed on my C drive, program files, Mason Dog Studios, ShortsMinter, and that is the install location. The runtime folder you do not want to touch, and this folder here, you do not want to touch or delete anything in it as well. The exe is here. You can right click if you choose, and you can do let's see here, more options, and you should be able to make a shortcut and send a shortcut right here to your desktop if you need to. So you might have to hit more options into desktop shortcut, but we already have one, so we don't need to do that. So just wanted to show you. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and double click on the program. It will now open up. So as you can see, I have my first pop-up because I am on a virtual machine. It did detect my virtual machine. One thing I want to be clear, virtual machines are authorized per the license agreement that the software is allowing. You can install this on 3 machines, and that includes virtual machines, but no more than 3 machines. The virtual machine counts as a machine itself, even though it's installed, even if you install the software on your machine and the virtual machine, that's still counted as 2. Now, I will say there's really no reason to install this on a virtual machine, but I wanted to make sure that it was all inclusive for people that, wanted to give it a go in a virtual machine. So I want to make sure it was able to run. Okay, so in my case, I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. You have your contact support, email not opening. You can also copy the email address, which will then take you to the contact information so you can email support. Now, you're going to go ahead and hit I understand and continue to the terms above. All right. And then you're going to be brought to the license screen. You're going to actually copy and paste your license that you got from Gumroad, or in the future, wherever else the software is being sold at. If you do have any issues, you can also click here to go to your Gumroad library. That is the first vendor that is authorized to sell ShortsMinter. There's nowhere else as of right now, but later in the future that could be different. But just so you understand, and the website is shortsminter.com, as we stated before. If you have any issues again with your key, you can go here and look at the support page, and it might go, might have some FAQ regarding if you have any issues. However, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and go to your email that Gumroad sent you. You're going to go ahead and copy your key. So you can either right click, paste, or you can type it in. Um, so those are your options. It shouldn't matter if you have a space or anything, but as long as the key is correct. If you see here, if I take out a few digits and then I try to activate the key, it's gonna say key not recognized. Check your Gumroad email. So you can't just put in any key or try to modify your key. That's not gonna work. So you want to make sure that you put in the appropriate key, hit copy and paste, and you're good to go. Now, I'm probably gonna blur out my key just so but just wanted to kind of show you what would happen if you modify the end of it. All right, so you're gonna go to hit activate. Once it activates, you'll get a pass through. Depending on what tier you are, it'll say welcome and you're a tier. Right now, I'm running under the ambassador tier. If you are curious about the ambassadorship, then you can reach out to me and see if you're interested in, if you're interested in doing beta testing for the software. Then we could see if we can do something about that if you're interested in that. So just reach out to me and leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking, and we can go from there. All right, so you're gonna hit let's go. So now the main software is going to open up, and you just give that a little second because it's building all the libraries and the interface for you. So here, you want to stop right here before you do anything. You want to make sure you select your output folder. So if you read right here, since the current location is under C drive users, your user account, and then ShortsMinter. Or what you can do is you can select the drive that you want it to be under, or you can manually go ahead and select the drive, and you could drill down where you want to put it. So for me, I want to put it in my documents. So it'd be C drive, user, my name, and then my documents. I would like to tick this box because I don't want this to come up anymore. I like where it's going to go. Just make sure you know where you put it, and then make sure you say change location, because if you hit keep current location, your current location is up here. So you want to hit change location to make that change. All right, next we're going to go over the performance notice. It's just letting you know that you are using your CPU, your GPU, your RAM, also your hard drive as well. If you have a platter hard drive, or if you have a SSD, or if you have a M.2 NVMe SSD, for you techies out there, you know what I'm talking about. Then those are the things that matter when you're doing your shorts. Remember, all the power is already in your machine. ShortsMinter is unlocking that power. So now you can do your own videos on your own machine, unlimited, based on the computer power that you already own and that you already paid for. So once you review that, go ahead and hit don't check again. If you don't want to see it again the next time you load the software, just hit understood. Next is going to show you the minimum specs that we recommend when you're running the software. Also, I'd like to note that pretty much every window is resizable. So if you're having an issue with the buttons or anything like that, you can always resize the window. So that's not an issue. There's a little bit more text at the bottom here, but that's pretty much it. And then you also usually have a scroll bar as well. So you can read the minimum, the bare minimum, the recommended specs, and the ideal specs. ShortsMinter is built for typically updated hardware. However, it is possible to run on bare bones hardware as well. Windows 10 is like the minimum verifiable OS, which I'm pretty sure this will run on Windows 7 and probably later builds. But just know that it was really designed for Windows 10 and Windows 11. All right, so you can go ahead and close there. Hit got it. Let's go. All right, next is the terms of use, and you need to make sure that highly recommend that you read the terms of use. Make sure you accept the terms. If you do not accept the terms, the software will not let you bypass. So once you agree, you do agree to accept the terms. If you do not, you hit exit and you move on. And if you want to read the full terms, you can read the terms right here, and it has all the information documented. So go ahead and hit I agree and continue. Now we are into the program. Now, here's some cool things that I want to focus on before we get into actually using the program. Down here, well, first of all, over here, you have a scroll bar that you can use, and you can also use it with your mouse wheel as well. So that's pretty cool. If you go to the support, it'll actually pull up the support page. And so you can see the things that you need, and here's the support as well. Now, what we're going to do, let's go back. This is how you get the specs window back up again. If you want to recheck your specs, you also have your information of your computer up here. So if you don't know what your computer has, you can look at it right up here for you. So you can look up here, look at your specs, and then click on specs and compare what you have based on what the bare minimum, recommended, and ideal specs are. Next, we're going to look at the settings here. Let me go back one more. So if you look right here, you have the up-to-date icon or notification. This will update if there is in the future for future versions or even maybe this current version. You will get updates if there is an updated version of the software. So no need of having to go back to the website and worry about, oh, am I missing an update? Typically, the update will pop up here, and you will be able to look at it and things of that such. If there is any issue with it, it will be resolved by version 1.0. But typically, you should be good to go on that. Next, we're going to go to settings. One of the cool things that I have added for the theme is you can do dark and light theme. I just usually like to keep it dark. All right. And one of the things that you can do here is with the color. Let's say you want to go pink. We'll take a look at pink. Just go ahead and hit OK. And then what you'll do is you'll go down here and hit save. Now, before I do that, if you notice here, I have had feedback about selecting the text size. Unfortunately, that is a work in progress right now. It will be coming, but for right now, that is not optional. So right now it's just set to normal, but there will be a large and extra large version. So for those that are visually challenged, or just prefer a bigger text, that may be something coming in the future. All right, so go ahead and hit save all settings. You're going to get a pop-up here saying, do you want to save your settings? If no, you can do it later, keep running. If so, hit restart. So we're going to go ahead and hit restart to save that setting. And it'll auto load the software back up. And there we go. So now we're going to work in a pink ShortsMinter version. So I thought that was really cool to, I wanted to allow you guys to have, and ladies to have a personal touch to your software. So not the color is not baked in. So if you have a color that's too bright, too dark, too light, you know, you can pick your own color profile. Next, we have the resources here. So all of the resources are maxed out at 80%. I took a lot of effort to ensure that none of your hardware is, damaged in any way. No massive pressure is put on your hardware. So everything that the software has access to is only can max out about 80% of what you have. And that's scalable based on what you have. So if you have way more, then it's probably overkill. And if you have the bare minimum, it's going to make sure that your computer runs safe, your GPU doesn't overheat, your CPU doesn't overheat. Now, there is a caveat to that. You have to make sure that you're not running anything else in the background while the transcribing is going. Playing video games, watching a movie, things of that nature. So you do have to make sure that you're aware of what you're doing on top of when you're using the software. All right. You also have your paths here. You can actually record your voice if you want to. That'll help. It's only internal to the computer. Your voice or any of your data doesn't leave. The personal data doesn't leave the computer, into the cloud or anything like that. This is just a voice profile. So that way the transcription can pull out your voice better than anybody else that's in your video. So if you want your voice to stand out, then that will kind of help out with that. You can also manage your emoji edit storage. So if you want to clear out your emojis that you've done or you've deleted some videos and you want to make sure that's cleared out, you can actually clean up any orphan files. And you can also look at your cache location. All right, so we're gonna go on. These are also the settings here. We're not gonna go like fully deep into it. You will have to take some time to get used to the software and actually play around with the software. But there's a few things here that I would like to tap on is making sure that you set your caption defaults. So if you have a certain way or a certain thing that you like to pick, you can go ahead and select it here. And I think there's an extra option that's not shown here. I may have to fix that on another update, but you can get it on the actual app page, and I'll show you that. All right, so when you go to About, it just kind of gives you a rundown. You have your third party. These are actually our socials as well. You can take a look at that, as well as the party license and the terms and what version that you're running, and also your expiration, your activation and expiration of your license. And mind you, this is for the ambassador, not for the actual full software when it releases. Just so you understand, it's based on your tier. So I just wanted to clear that up if there was any confusion there. The next thing, we also have some support tools. So if you do have an issue, you can send me a copy of your system report. You can send me a copy of your app log. That'll also give me some information. If you like the app and you would like to see more stuff from the app, or you have ideas that you would like to see added to the app, then go ahead and click here. Leave us some feedback. This will take you to our form. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And this will take you to our form, and you can go ahead and fill this out and go ahead and send it my way. I'll take a look at it. And if it's something that I can do, then I'll see if I can get it added in there. Also, if you have any kind of issues or any bugs, problems with the software, you can go ahead and send me that as well. I also like good and bad feedback. If you don't like ShortsMinter, tell me why. If you like ShortsMinter, tell me why. You can also look at the founders. The founders will be coming out soon. I don't want to talk about this too much, but this will be coming out as well. I'll do a special talking about the founders. We also have the email section here where you can reach out to support at shortsminter.com. Okay, now we've pretty much covered the settings and information in there. Now let's get into the actual program. Now, the first thing you'll notice here, you have your home page, which is where you can say start new project or my projects. You have your voice editor, your voice profile. And then when it gets set up, this a little light up here saying you have completed it. You also have your system settings where all your information is right here as well. And then the workflow, just so you understand, you need to review this and understand the workflow. All right, now let's go ahead and click on new project. So when we click on new project, you'll see the live log. The live log is all the way over to the right. The clip area is all the way here in the middle. This will be the last part. Once you hit export, you'll see everything. And then all the way over to the left is your order of operations and flow when you're trying to create your short. So what we're gonna do, the first thing we're gonna do, right here where it says number one, if you need more real estate, you can take this bar, slide it over for now, just so you can see everything. You also can scroll down as well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to select the source video. So we're going to hit browse. You're going to go to where your videos are stored. My video that I have right now is from one of the videos I did on my YouTube channel, which is Split Fiction. So I'm going to select Split Fiction. I'm going to hit open. And it's going to tell me here it's loaded. So it's going to say loaded. And also, if you look right here, it's going to give me a little bit of information on the video right here. So it lets you know how many gigs, what's the frames per second, what's the resolution, and how much time the video is, how long the video is. Now, you'll learn what this will give you an opportunity to learn your hardware. Now, based on your hardware, your performance or what you get out of it may be different than somebody else. Not too much, but it does matter. And I want to make sure people understand that ShortsMinter is using your hardware. So based on what you have will determine how well your transcription and your outputs are. All right. But ShortsMinter will try to squeeze every ounce and juice out of your hardware without damaging it or over pushing it to give you the best short as possible. When you do your videos, it will also tell you how many it can do based on how much time. So the duration we have, the default duration is 45 seconds. Typically, most shorts are around 45 seconds to 1 minute. So you can definitely change that if you want to. But, you could do it in increments 30, 45, 60 is the max. So 1 minute is the max per clip. Right here, you can just hit auto and it'll automatically disregard when the 10 changes. That's just a UI updater, but it's just letting it know right here that you want to use all 42 clips on this video. But for this demonstration, we're only going to do about 15 clips. Next, you have your local only fast no API key. If you are familiar with APIs, you can actually go get a Claude API, a ChatGPT API, and you can actually choose if you want the local and ChatGPT, the local and Claude API, the local and both APIs. So ChatGPT and Claude will kind of compare their ranking of your video and try to find the best shorts to have the most energy and could go the most viral from your selection, from the selection that it picks. The local in both is what I just described. And you can also do just Claude and ChatGPT, no local. So that means everything will be controlled by AI if you have both set. Okay. So what we're going to do now. Oh, also, I do want to go over this. When you do a transcribe, or after you do a transcribe, it will cache that transcribe. So if you want to do another run and see if you can get a different clip, or you want to try it with a different AI or anything like that, it will transcribe a lot faster because it cached it, so it's saved. The supercharged whisper is another option as well. It has the information here. This is a little bit more for advanced users, but it has the information here, but it's not necessary if you do not want to do it. You do not have to do it if you don't want to do it. Alrighty, and right here, the GPU transcript. That is something that I'm looking to implement in version 1.0, the full 1.0 release. All right. So what we're gonna do is come down here to the next step. Next step 3, you can actually pre-name your clips. You can let AI just generate it, or you can do AI custom prefix. So for example, I can just say split fiction, and then I can give it a number or whatever else I want. And so that way, all my videos will be appended with split fiction. That way, you can go ahead and rename them so you don't have to rename the shorts after they are created. Like I said, I built this for me to use. So a lot of these things that I caught was stuff that I wanted as well as the person building the software, but also using the software. Okay, main clip range. You can also select the range. If there's a clip that's not actually being picked that you really want, you can actually pick it, and then you can name the name and you can just hit add clip. It'll look for that timestamp, that timeline. It'll pull it out and it'll go ahead and analyze, it'll go ahead and transcribe it for you. Okay, with that being said, let's go ahead and do the transcribe and let's go ahead and get this going. So right now you're going to hit this bar right here, analyze and find best clips. Here we go. Once you see it start, it's going to give you a timestamp. Plus it's going to say step 1 out of 4, transcribing video. Let's give it time to cook and we'll come back. One of the things that I want to do, just so as you're watching, so you can actually see what's happening in the background as we're waiting, I'm going to pull up the taskbar. This will be one good thing too that I could show you. You can actually look here under your apps. You can actually look and see that it's running. And when it starts to kick in, you'll actually notice the CPU. So we're going to focus on the CPU. Once again, this is a virtual machine, so there is no GPU. So this is all being ran just on the CPU. Everything that we're doing right now is running on the CPU. So just imagine once I get the GPU updated, once the GPU update comes out, it's going to be massive. All right, CPU is kicking in, staying into a moderate level, cruising about 73%. I can hear my fans kicking in, nice and cool, not overheating. We hit 80, 81%, still cruising, dropping back down. We hit 91. Hit 94, came right back down. So the controls are in place to even it out and try to get back to that 80%. Also, there are other processes running on the Windows machine as well. So all those percentages are not just ShortsMinter. And every other machine will vary depending on what you have running in the background, what software you have installed, antivirus software, your browser, all those things matter. If you notice over here, saying loading, the control program was for X. It's running off the CPU. Now it's aligning the word and applying the timestamp and transcribing. So you have your live log right here, just so you know it's doing what it's doing. And you see now the CPU has significantly dropped down. It's cruising, it's chilling. CPU is perfectly fine. All it did was do a little sprint. Now it's hiking back up to finalize what it's doing. Just beautiful. It peaked out to go ahead and finish up the install or the transcribing. As you can see, it ran up all the way up to about 110% or so. That's including whatever's running on the computer. So it probably peaked up about 95% on the transcribe, but that's including other software that is running on the computer as well, as long as Windows. But you see, we had an immediate drop off as soon as it was done doing what it was doing, totally within limits of a processor. Now it's measuring the audio, and then pretty soon, shortly, it's going to taper off. Now, mind you, the software is working totally different because it's in a virtual environment. But as you can see now, it's complete. All right, so now, just wanted to show you that just so you can see. Now, as you can see here, we have a full printout of the live log. Just want to kind of show you what happened here. So if you look right here, it kind of peaks out like around this area right here when it's doing this part. And it's then scoring the video. and ranking it based on what's happening. So I don't want the video to get too long because we're already about 54 minutes already. So let's go ahead and get this wrapped up. So as you can see now, we have the videos ready to go. If you click on them, you can hit preview, and you're more than welcome to skip any part of the video. So I can pull up the video and watch the video. I'm dead.
I'm dead.
It's okay. So you can preview the video from here. You can also edit the captions if you need to. And you can save. I'll hit cancel. Now, one thing to understand, when it's transcribing, it takes a while for the processor and everything to work together and spool up. So usually the first two clips could be not in sync or compromised in a way, not badly, but it's the way that the hardware works. But at the end, similarly, so that's why you want to do at least, I would say, 10 to 15 clips. That way you can get the best out of the software that you possibly can. And this is an honest review. I'm telling you how the software works so you can better understand the software and use it to your best advantage. I use the software on my videos and it's perfectly fine. So I actually found some really cool clips and created some really cool clips that I use even on my own personal YouTube channel. You also have a detail button so you can look at the details on the clip. Now, mind you, these clips are not rendered yet. We have not rendered, we haven't exported them. Right now, we're just looking at the view of them. So when I hit preview, we're just looking at the video itself. None of the stuff that we are about to add on here has been added just yet. Lastly, you have a pause button. So if you slide this over a little bit, since we pushed it all the way over, you want to slide this, once you're pretty much done on the left side, you can slide this over so you can see the middle, and then you'll see there's a pause button. So if you needed to pause while I was transcribing or pause while you're exporting, you can do so. You also have notes as well, and then requeue if you need to requeue. So if you export and then something fails, you can requeue it, get rid of the ones you don't need by coming up here, click on the video, hit remove, and then you can do it. So we're going to go ahead and hit export, but before we do that, we're going to select our settings here. We're going to turn this on. This could be a false positive. I have to look into the code and see what's going here. But once again, this is being developed software. So just be patient with the development cycle. I'm going to go ahead and select disable for this. Export, we're going to take the default settings here. And the GPU will be unselected because we don't have the GPU on the virtual machine. All right, and we're going to go ahead and hit export. You're going to get a warning just letting you know, or not really a warning, but an export tip, just letting you know that done clips are skipped during export. So if you have a clip that's already done, it'll just skip over it and go to the ones that need to be requeued, or you can remove them like I stated before. So we're going to go ahead and hit OK, and it's going to start actually doing the export, which is adding the captions and everything on there. And now we wait. Also, one thing I forgot to notice, if you look here, you have a progress bar of the status here. And we also had a progress bar of the analyze. When you're initially starting the analyze, it may look like this isn't doing anything, but once it gets like to the scoring part and everything here, you'll see this bar shoot up. So I just wanted to point that out too. I forgot to mention that. This is an actual progress bar for the analyze portion. All right. So I think we've rendered quite a few videos thus far. The This is a great opportunity to show a few buttons that could be needed. So let's say you're doing your export and you need to use your computer heavily for something, or you want to go play a game or watch a movie or something, and you don't want to tax your computer too hard. You can simply just pause. So let's pull up the taskbar and let's see how that works out here. So we're gonna look at the CPU and see what the CPU is doing. So let's let it show us what it's doing right now. So we can see right here the CPU is it's about running at about 85% here. Now 68. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and hit pause, bring this back up. Immediately after the video was done, then it went on and kicked off to pause the remaining queue. So that's actually a really cool design so that you could do that. And then what you can do after that, if you want to just stop it, you say, I got enough clips, just simply hit stop. And then that will kill the queue process, period. And you can go ahead and you don't have to worry about the resume. So just to go over it again, basically what you'll do is you'll hit pause. Once it pauses and finish the last one, then you'll hit stop. And then you hit resume again, and it'll stop the whole thing. And you'll be free to go ahead and clear these right here. So I'm going to hold shift to select the ones I want to remove because I really don't want to run these anymore. I'm going to go ahead and hit remove, and it'll remove each one that I have selected and remove. So now we're only dealing with these right here. And if I hit click on one that is done, all I have to do is click on the emoji, and then I can actually change the emoji based on what is being shown, and I can hit save edit. All right, so now let's go look at the videos, and then that will complete the walkthrough of ShortsMinter. So let's go to the location. Actually, we'll go ahead and close out the program. Closing out the program, and we're going to go ahead and go to where we exported the files. I believe it was under my documents. And as you can see here, we have the videos that have now been created. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do next is now we're going to go ahead and play the video. What I've done is I went on and set these videos over to my desktop computer directly. There's a audio issue I'm having between my virtual machine and my machine, but these are the same clips that were just rendered. So I'm going to go ahead and play one of them now.
So you're
And
supposed
as you
to
can see, this is how they look.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It makes sense.
We had to both be here. That's what it was. Cause I had rain over here. Whoa. Dude, I feel like I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Like when I heard that, like the air rushing. So anyway, you could notice that some of the captions were incorrect or the transcribing was incorrect, but that's where you can go and you can edit the text and it can be corrected. So once again, thank you for watching. My name is Mitchell Faulkner II, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell button. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.